Hey folks, I'm the Moto Man back in the garage today. We are going to install a tail tidy kit from Asphalt and Beyond. We're essentially going to knock all this stuff out, this extra garbage you have here, bring the rear tail light up here and the turn signals up next to it, remove the grab rails, and we'll have a nice tidy tail here. I reached out to them and asked if it fit a 2024. I don't believe any changes to the rear end have been made from 23 to 24. So Brett responded and said he'd give me a little discount if I test it out for him because they're waiting on a parts catalog from Triumph. And they're not 100% sure if this will fit or not, but they're pretty sure. Everything came packed really well. We've got the various pieces here. A couple brackets with some hardware. We're also going to utilize some of the existing hardware on the bike. For perspective, let's see how that would look. Essentially going to end pretty much where it did before, but the lights will be higher, and again all of this stuff is out of the way. It comes with instructions. You can also look these up online with color pictures. You're going to need a 5mm Allen, a 4mm Allen, 13mm wrench, 10 and 12mm sockets. So we'll remove both seats. Then we'll take our 12mm socket and remove all 4 bolts. We'll remove these 2 bolts. These are both 5mm Allens. I realized I couldn't use the T-bar here because there's no room for it to turn, so I'm just going to use a good old-fashioned plain Jane Allen wrench. With the 5mm Allen key, we'll remove the 4 bolts that hold in the phone tray. We'll disconnect our heated seat connectors. The retention clip is down here. You push down, and I'll just set it aside like that. Now we'll remove both bolts from the handrails with the 13mm wrench and the nut, 12mm socket on the bolt. I forgot to take this bolt out, but I think there's a bolt under here that's kind of holding these 2 pieces of plastic together. That was a 5mm bolt, so is this. Now we're going to remove the turn signals. All these wires to the harness that you see here, disconnect these. That way you can pull the wire through once you disconnect it from the plastic housing. There's just little white clips underneath holding them to the plastic, and we'll loosen the nuts and bolts on each side. We'll use the 5mm Allen key and your 10mm socket. Now we're going to remove the lower fender assembly. We're going to loosen these 2 bolts using the 12mm socket and the 13mm wrench. Then we'll disconnect the brake. This retainer clip, you just push this down and pop it out. And you follow your wire through, and you'll see underneath the fender there are a couple of clips here that you want to take the wires out of. You've got 5mm bolts here that we'll remove. We want to retain the bolts for the brake lights as well as the bolts and the nuts for the turn signals. Hold on to the bolts like I said. Slide it out, and this is gone. We'll connect the lower plate to the holes here in the license plate, and then we'll connect this to this using the 4 M6 bolts, 8 M6 washers, 4 M6 lock nuts with the 4mm Allen key and the 10mm socket. A washer before the bolt and a washer before the nut. Now that this piece is assembled, we can put our buffer and our brake light onto it. We're going to feed our brake light through, and you'll see this can only go one way so that you don't mess it up. We'll feed our wire through the back of the bracket. You can see our holes line up. We'll take the original screws from the brakes and put a little bit of blue Loctite on them. Be sure not to over tighten them. Just make them nice and snug. Now everything's assembled. I'm going to slide our brake wire back in, and then we'll slide this over so that we'll line up the holes with the phone holder bolts and line up the holes on the frame for the top plate. Now we're going to put our turn signals on. The kit comes with spacers that you need to put on so that turn signals are perpendicular to the bike. So they'll go like that, and the wire will get fed through. The top plate and the lower plate are going to mount on top of the frame holes together. We'll feed the wires through and line up the holes. Because I tightened everything up before sliding it on, these holes were not aligning for the phone holder, so I put the screws in just to hold it in place so that I could re-shift this stuff and tighten it up a bit under here. Now they're lined up. When I take these out, I shouldn't have to struggle too much to get the screws lined up. So connect the wires back up. This will be a good time to check your brake and your turn signals. And I will say, guys, when you put the phone tray on, it's going to kind of block this area. But if I were to delete that phone tray altogether, which I've been considering, I could potentially have some room back here for a tool bag or something that does not need to be waterproof. And if I remove that, I would have this area here too. There's not a lot of room, but the more I can actually put on the bike and not store in a bag or in a tool tube, the better for me. This would really just be for like necessities, like patch kits or some tools or something like that. Neither one of these are waterproof. This one's a little bit better than this because there's a lot of open area here. The seat's gonna come right here. You can pop your seat up and potentially grab something from back there. Deleting this phone holder might be another project some other day. I honestly never have used this thing. If I were to remove that, like I said, I'd have a little bit of room here and I'd be able to fit things up under here that didn't interfere with the seat. Now we're just going to put the phone holder back together. We'll put our heated seat connectors back in the clips after we've bolted everything on. Just make sure that you don't bury them underneath. I haven't bolted them on yet, but now you can see how the phone holder has that lip there. I mean, I could cut it up, but you know, it's also not something I want to do to a brand new bike just yet. Phone holder's back on. Don't over tighten these screws. That's just plastic. Now it's just time to put the seats back on. We will pop the supplied plugs into the respective holes. The larger plugs go in the front hole and the smaller go in the rear. And that's it, guys.